Everybody got through nice and clean. Michael Andretti, though, was up there with Pappas, and Zanardi got around him.
But you can see Zanardi's dropped back there. There's a big wheel mark on the back of the right side pod there. Now Michael going back past Zanardi.
Heading for the keyhole, heavy braking. They're going in side by side. Whoa! And Michael goes off course. Michael's off course, coming back on.
And he's about in position to do that. If he's on the overtake button, this is where he'll try it.
There's the move to the inside, and Moreno has Breck. Breck tries to come back in.
It was a rough ride, and they think the tires are okay. So he's maintained now 5th position, losing that one spot to Franchitti.
All that passing you see on Gidley is because he just had a quick off course as well. And a lot of guys got by him as he came back to speed.
So that, you have to conclude then that there was just something on the course.
Oh! Let's just go over on the dirt here, go along Zanardi. Boy, Zanardi is looking racy.
As he was getting in the car today via radio from Morris Nunn, let's see some Zanardi magic. So he's driving aggressively. The response, by the way, was it's going to be tough for where we're starting
throughout this race. First, he attacked Brian Herta. Bend there is what they're called, turn 3, right at the start line. Gidley makes his move.
Nemo very good on it. Was a great weekend for him because there were rumors of his mid-season replacement.
Gidley around Jourdain.
Just keeps it running. He's got the brakes locked, gets it stopped.
I don't think I've seen a driver that busy in the cockpit since maybe Montoya. Wow. Look at Moreno as he comes alongside Christian.
See, that's a good exhibit.
Been a problem. In fact, there have been a number of technical bulletins issued by especially Reynard as Montoya ducks inside. Going into turn 1.
Coming down into turn 5. Christian looking towards the inside. And you've got to be a little farther along. He just stands on the brakes even harder if that's possible. Ducks the nose in over there. We got a great exit coming off of turn 14. Utilized the draft, popped out. And remember, Michael Andretti is not the easiest guy to outbrake. Michael takes him as deep as he possibly can. Christian's got the corner. Perfect pass. Coming down, hurry downs out of turn 7. Paul gets a great exit. Looks to the inside, gets Kenny out of braking. Kenny says, fine. I'll try to maximize the exit, take you back on the outside, heading down into the carousel, but Paul at the inside. So Paul Tracy's behind you, coming down into the first corner at Road America. You better be careful. Adrian tries to defend his position. Paul goes to the wall, just soars past Adrian Fernandez.
Again, as they come through turn 1 and down the back straightaway. Oh, look at this, Piggott, wow.
Big move, Piggott in the Chevy. Here comes Andretti coming back on him, but he's the only Chevy in this
It's
whole
oftentimes very difficult for the driver to pick up the marbles until it's too late as Piggott's making another move. Just as you said, Jan, those blacks have come alive at this point in the stint. He is flying.
He just got a nice run. Spencer Piggott off the corner. Watch this.
The green car inside. Takuma Sato looking for 7th position. He'll make it work.
Corner right here. Watch the drive. He gets off this corner. I bet he's going to make. He's on him. Look at that. Push to pass is on. Watch.
Oh,
down
boy.
the inside.
Wow, look at the brakes on fire. The carbon charging down the back straightaway. Has to be careful of those marbles. Pagano will defend fiercely here.
This is for 6. Hunter Ray to the inside. Got it done pretty simple. Now
watch this. Oh, that's a big time block right there. He moved in reaction on Pagano. It is under review right now. But
Sato. Luckily for Newgarden.
These two have been fighting each other. I think Pagano just gave him a hip check.
Oh, Hunter Ray gives it right back.
This time, Alonso Jr. is wide. Schwartz stays right with him.
And the pace car barely had time to get off the racetrack that time, but look at Villeneuve.
Whoa! Look at that as Villeneuve darts to the inside. Paul Tracy is almost knocked off the course. He is battling as Alonso Jr. sits just behind, takes it easy. They bang wheels not once, but several times. And Jacques Villeneuve picks up the lead.
Power had none of it, and he's off and running.
That's Bourdais down the inside, trying to get a spot on Pagano. Pagano loses another spot.
Oh, turn 7 back there, guys. I saw guys in the grass.
Ryan Hunter-Reay, Simon Pagenaud. We look further back. Now Spencer Pigot all over the back of the two-time Indianapolis 500 champions car.
Oh, a difficult pass and a difficult area to pass in turn 12.
Let's see what happens here. Aloshin tries to cut him down on the inside, and Sato goes right between him and the wall. There wasn't half a foot
to
there.
use the black tires. Doc, you have more? Yeah, exactly. That's what Roger Penske wanted to do with good on blacks. Everyone else said they were slipping and sliding, so we're going to find out if Elio's car is still good enough on blacks to be able to hold off Will Power, who will put the reds on when he comes in.
There was a little bit of hand signal there from Hinchcliffe. Did you catch that, Scott? Is that you use that in Canada?
I was going to say that's not Canadian, but he's Canadian.
As he takes a look at the front row, it's nicely aligned. The green flag comes out. Emerson Fittipaldi moves to the front. Paul Tracy moves outside of Nigel Mansell, and the Penske cars pick up the lead. Pull a bit on Paul Tracy as Robbie Gordon begins to attack at the back of Mansell's car. Robbie Gordon still trying on Mansell as he comes down inside, and Robbie Gordon forces his way past Mansell. That black number 14 car has been handling these chicanes from time to time. It's been spectacular.
The hardest thing on Robbie Gordon will be that every time he looks in his mirror, Mansell's there, and he knows he's running against one of the very best in the world. And Robbie, there he is, going right by.
No quarter out of Mansell, and you could hear the bottom of the car drag as he moved underneath him. Wow.
Right now.
Whoa. And here comes Nigel Mansell as he comes inside of Fittipaldi. He used the advantage of a back marker that was sitting by the edge of the course, put himself into a great position, and does what he does so incredibly well. Jumped on those brakes at the last second and got past Fittipaldi. And Robbie Gordon is now right there to challenge Fittipaldi. All right, this was Michael's move on Nigel during that accident on the first lap.
Wow. Nigel. Right by the outside of him.
What do you think?
Fine by now. He's on the curb.
Bobby Gearbox they're worried about.
Gordon comes up to do battle with Nigel Mansell, moves to the inside. Can he outbreak him? He gets the job done, and Robbie Gordon gets past Mansell. Mansell aboard.
We get to another one here. You can tell how much feedback the driver gets to a steering wheel by that.
Whoa. Look at Mansell as he tries to get inside Gordon now. They're in drag racing mode. Mansell puts his nose ahead. He got off the corner just a little bit better. Now it's a simple matter of who has the most daring as they head down into the next corner, a left-hander. And Mansell gets into the corner as Gordon cooks the brakes.
Gordon trying to fake him out so he doesn't keep going ahead like that.
Nigel's now tired of waiting, and he's attacking at the back of Fittipaldi.
Nigel has never defended a championship yet. The World Championship, here he comes, taking a look at Emerson on both sides, making the move down on the inside.
Nigel Mansell comes around Fittipaldi. Spectacular piece of braking. Difficult. Well, and Scott Goodyear tried to get out of the way, and it cost him. They both thread down to the inside, go under Machusta and Pruitt. And look at Michael. Whoa, look how high he gets. He wants to stay in touch with the lead of the race.
Two chassis adjustment.
And look at Michael. Michael's right there, too. Oh, as they work through traffic. Where's Michael going to go? He's going to the outside. Wow.
That was a pass. That was a pass on his 500. A lot of people said that he could. Oh, that was a close one.
And look, Rahal slows down there. Rahal drops well off the pace.
Through this section here and get on the brakes for turn 10, and it's very slippery in the braking zone. Look at Tracy down the inside.
Tracy takes advantage of the braking maneuver for Rahal.
Tracy was so pleased with this car this morning. As the race goes on, this car has tended to get better. Here he comes.
He looks at traffic ahead. They both get side by side. Scott Goodyear finally has to get it up, and Tracy takes the lead of the race. Rahal comes by.
Pass. Turn 10, the end of the lap. Tracy down the inside. Look at Goodyear, turns in. Now look what happens Goodyear. He's on the dust and dirt, and Rahal is on the right-hand side. Whips into second, look at this.
And Rahal now moves on Tracy. Bobby Rahal makes a move and picks off Tracy going into the first corner. Still, it looks like Elio Castroneves is doing everything he can to help D'Amata.
And we see Paul Tracy bump wheels there with Max Pappas. Forces Max off the outside.
Serious trouble. That Tagliani just made a quick move to the inside.
Pop off to the inside here as they come down. But now Cristiano says, go ahead and take it. You're way too fast. Cuts it very close. Cristiano stays online. Kenny goes, oh, man. Just burn the tires up and drive as hard as you can. You want to give your guys in the pits every opportunity to beat this guy that you can't get the job done on the track, but he's trying it.
Yeah, he's going to push him just as hard as he can. Oh, close again. Cristiano D'Amato holds
Look how much faster he is down that straightaway. He's all over Zanardi.
And there goes Rivera. Whoa, what a good pass.
Around the outside, and listen to this crowd in the front. They love their Brazilians, don't they?
The crowd goes nuts as Ribeiro takes the lead, but here comes Zanardi back to challenge. He ducks in behind him as he comes across the line. Down through the gears, heavy on the brakes into turn one.
And he's got him. He's going back at it. And look at Greg Moore. He's trying to get around Vassar.
Oh, look at the other battle. Greg Moore to the outside of Vassar. Moore to third for the moment, but maybe only for the moment.
Moving up, he's moving right up. He's going to go, oh, and look at that, coming off the corner.
Greg Moore tries to make his move now, moves inside of Ribeiro.
But did you see Ribeiro's back end jump out coming off? We're going to see this all day long. Look how the field's all backed up behind him, and Moore's found the line.
Look at that.
Right around the outside.
Outside pass, around Ribeiro, Moore to second behind.
Factor. Those things are flat out. They can go three abreast through there.
DeFerrin challenges Vassar for fourth, while you see them serpentine behind. DeFerrin down to the inside.
Let's stay on board this and we see what Rahal was penalized for. Again, just giving up one position, and Pagenaud now has moved in front of Rahal. So Pagenaud is fifth, Rahal sixth, all chasing Castroneves, Newgarden, Power, and Dixon.
That he's not as quick as these guys in race pace. We've got a move happening here with Will Power.
Scott Dixon looking to the outside in the blue car. They're going to go side by side here. If Dixon can hang on, no, he got pushed out onto the rumble. Alexander Rossi. This is where Scott Dixon tried to make a move on Will Power, Paul, down in turn 5.
Well, he got the Pruitt fade. Will Power protected the inside. Scott went for the outside. He got pushed out wide. And as soon as you get out on those rumble strips, strategy's going to work. Push to pass for both cars. He'll have hot tires and outbrake Will Power easily.
I don't know. Power looks like he might go for it, Paul.
He's going to get pushed off here if there's not contact first. He pushes him right off the edge of the road. You see the tires getting laid down rubber on the exit.
On that at pit exit, but there has been action taken on this with his teammate Simon Pagenaud.
As there should have been. I don't know that that warrants just giving up the position. That was a major swerve, Paul, in reaction to a car trying to pass from behind.
That was the Canon chop right there.
Did that 14 lap.
He's on 14. He's got to run, and he blocks. He's going to come down the outside. He might have him here around the outside. Oh,
I don't think so.
Teammate side by side. Newgarden takes the lead in Road America on Castroneves. Back up the hill through the gears. It's Penske Ganassi. Penske Ganassi at the front. And a good run for Scott Dixon. The blue car pops to the outside. Trying to go around the outside of Joseph Newgarden. Side by side. Coming into turn number 1. Newgarden won't give it up. But Dixon is going to grab the spot and takes the lead. That train in 7th position, and now Ed Jones is going to try to go around, and Jones is going to get the spot, and Graham Rahal also is going to try to squeeze through.
Graham Rahal did not expect Ryan Hunter-Reay to break that early.
He's been appalled, he can't do it. Villeneuve now moving very high, almost gets up into the wall as they come off the corner.
Seconds per lap. Now he's trying to work through it on the outside.
Oh boy.
And look at him, he's going through this.
And he gets it. Did you hear a little squeal of the Goodyears, though, as he went past, though?
That's where you really have to take a deep breath. There's Villeneuve now in front of him.
That's a hard place to pass. I mean, really a hard place to pass. It's the fastest turn speed that there is on the whole track.
And when you hear those tires chirping and talking to you. Whoa.
On the outside, it's not only hard to pass, it's dangerous.
Boy, oh boy, Robbie Gordon.
He's just carving his way up through the field now.
Score pole. You see him battling absolutely side by side here. To show you how phenomenal Herta is, it took him only 8 races.
Now there's Tracy, almost on the outside of Herta right there, just about got by him again.
He's also aware that the lead 2 cars could be trouble. One driver, Herta, is inexperienced, and the other, Tracy, has been known to crash. Tracy seems to be much more confident now. There goes Michael, terrific.
Michael Andretti makes a duck down to the inside, gets past both of them. Boy, this is what you love about the bull rings, the 1-mile courses.
You don't see any racing better than that. Michael Andretti just absolutely, just like he was zigzagging in and out on the freeway.
And here comes Tracy.
Tracy makes a charge as well. All right, so we come back to the green flag. Michael Andretti is the leader. Robbie Gordon is not in the fight, but Paul Tracy sweeps around, picks up the lead of the race.
Remember, that's around his teammate right there. It's Carl Haas that owns that team, but it won't to these guys.
Michael tries to the inside again. Still not enough. Comes high off the corner and loses.
Well, you can watch just as Tracy.
Maybe he doesn't.
Across.
There it is.
Look at that.
Yeah. But so what happened is
we're ready to go back green. Leader of the race is Fittipaldi. He's down to the inside of Cheever. But look at Tracy. Tracy takes the lead away from him on the restart.
McGee is one of the best debaters I ever heard in my life.
That's what I was going to say.
He's going to keep him talking for a long time, trying to soften him up. He may get it done.
Fittipaldi comes alongside of Tracy. And now Fittipaldi has the lead. Carol Pomerantz of Finland that lies just ahead. And Michael is coming up to challenge Rick. They both come out to the inside on the backstretch. Wow, so close together. And Michael, can he hold on down the inside? Whoa, it's going to be tight.
Oh, Rick holds on. You never used to see him do that, run that high groove to defend himself. Incredible driving, Rick Mears.
So very early in the Indianapolis 500, 13 laps complete. Now we're with Michael. He darts to the inside, out into clean air, is alongside Rick.
Now that was a good draft that got him by.
Rick begins to fall backward a bit. Now, is that a problem with Rick, or is that Rick setting his pace?
Well, it's been kind of a normal thing. I think it's Rick Mears. Leading the race this early is not important to him. As we know historically, he will come in. The pit crew will change his car and he'll be good again. But now Mario is a charger. He's a charger from the start. He's a charger till the end. So I would have expected
changes in the last 10 laps. We're approaching that area now. The green flag is back out. And Rick Mears comes around John Andretti. He's no factor whatsoever, but Michael is right there with him. Michael moving to the outside. Can he keep in the high groove? He did it at Phoenix. Can he do it here? Michael Andretti takes the lead away from Rick Mears. Wow!
That's one of the toughest passes I've ever seen. A short shoot pass with two cars running nearly the same speed. I'll just bet you that Rick Mears thought that would have been impossible, and I just can tell you, he never, ever looked for Michael to go that way.
That is sheer virtuosity by Michael Andretti, Bobby. Don't you agree? That was an incredible
That was one of the finest pieces of driving, or one of the hardest pieces of driving I've seen. And Sam, it's very difficult to pass somebody on the outside like that, and especially a car that's just as fast.
And from Bobby Unger's point of view, a position on the track that he was not expected. But here is Rick Mears now in the same position as Mears, who has been driving a very different line. This race takes Michael Andretti 187 laps into the record book. The fight is at the front.
Well, our hats off to him now. If you ever see racing better than that, I'd certainly like to know where it's going to be.